And the people who are there now are nothing to do with the Philistines. They're nothing to do with Phoenicians. They're nothing to do with Canaanites. They are colonialists that actually went in and took over that land. And the British, as the ones with the right to determine that land after the Second World War and the end of the Ottoman Empire, after the First World War and the end of the Ottoman Empire, they determined how to split it up. So if you're now saying that Israel is an illegitimate state, then you're also saying Jordan is an illegitimate state. You're saying Lebanon is an illegitimate state. You're saying Syria is an illegitimate state. You're saying Gaza and the West Bank are illegitimate. The whole lot is illegitimate if you claim Israel is illegitimate. And none of this lot understand any of that. So it has grown. It has grown quite well over the last 30-45 minutes. If I was to guess, I'd be saying around about 300 to 400, which is about double what they've been having in Leeds over the past few marches.
Israel is a terrorist state! Terrorist state! Terrorist state! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! We are the people! We won't be silent! Stop the bombing now, 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 now! One! We are the people! We won't be silent! Stop bombing Gaza now, 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 now! There is only one solution! Intifada revolution! There is only one solution! Intifada revolution! There is only one solution! Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution! Intifada revolution! Palestine! Palestine! Stop bombing Palestine! Taliban! Stop bombing Palestine!
Yeah, we just need to put it out there. Yeah, please don't stand in front of it, just bring it out so that we can...
Palestine! Palestine!
You keep looking at me to make sure you walk into me though, buddy. I'd suggest you don't do that.
Green, it's a really busy junction. So slow it down to go green, go green. Because otherwise it's going to be nightmare. Just saying, might as well wait to go green.
Palestine will live forever. Occupation no more. Israel is the terrorist state. Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. Palestine will be free. Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. Oh, that's hard.
You don't want to be going this way.
Resist! One, two, three, four. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. All the terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide. End the apartheid. End the apartheid.
That's the Honda garage, Craig's Honda. One of the 4 or 5. We've been past the Kawasaki one. I think there used to be one just where that round bit is up there called AAB or something.
Stop the genocide! End apartheid! Decolonize! 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 Right, you're gonna repeat, shut it down! After me! Shut it down! 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 Shut it down!
And who have we got here?
We say welfare! 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 Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will live forever! Palestine will live forever! Occupation no more! Occupation no more!
Israel is a terror state!
Israel is a terror state! Israel is a Palestine! 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 In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians! In our millions, we are all Palestinians! Eat good! Do good! Palestinians!
And here's a beautiful old red British Telecom telephone box. It's got the crest up there, and of course there's no windows because they've all been smashed to shit. Don't know if it opens. No. There is no phone inside here. Used to be a 2p piece when I was growing up. And you'd have a big box, a bit like the things that you see in American films. But these are now here for posterity, and rightly so. And by taking away the glass, it makes it less attractive for graffiti stuff. And this is at the Junction Free House on the Otley Road as we go up, head towards Teledyne. And what I haven't particularly seen today is many little corner shops that I could go and get a drink of water in.
Palestine! Palestine!
All the way up here.
Palestine!
I haven't seen anything.
Occupation no more!
She's getting her yoga in. This is the BMW, and there's a Tesco Express, and I'm going to go in there. I'm getting a drink. But this is the BMW motorbikes here. If you want a really expensive motorbike which costs you an arm and a leg to maintain, this is the place to go, and there's no guarantee that there's any quality of them at all. But, you know, they're good looking bikes, they've got a good reputation. Oh, I was just going in there to get one of them, thank you very much, bud.
He's got it unblocked.
Brilliant. So, with big thanks to Marty Blackburn, here's a bottle of Highland Spring water.
Just look at that water because there's not long
Oh, beautiful. It's as if it's straight out of my tap at home.
Do you know what?
Palestine will be free. Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. Occupation will fall. Israel is a terror state. Occupation will fall.
Which was a colonialist area called the Mandate of Palestine in 1948. It was owned by the British. I think the British should take it all back, including Jordan, including Syria, including Lebanon. Just take the whole lot of it back and we'll have it. Because if Israel is an illegitimate state, then Jordan is illegitimate, then Lebanon is illegitimate, and Syria is illegitimate. Because they were run by Britain and France. And it was a mandate for a province, an area. So if you want to have Israel removed as a legitimate state, calling it illegitimate, so is Jordan. And we got somebody here who knows what he's talking about.
Terrorist state, yeah? Moron. Terrorist state. Terrorist state, yeah? Peace, yeah? Holding shit when kids are about, yeah, moron.
Excuse me, bud. You might want to watch where you're going, pal.
What's up?
He just walked straight into me. There's a guy that knows what he's talking about, but he puts it in a particular way, which...
He's got his opinion. He's entitled to it.
Exactly. I don't like the fact that he was being moved on, though.
Well, I don't like the swearing. Could be to prevent a breach of the peace.
Maybe. I didn't hear much swearing. All I heard was the name terrorist, the word terrorist. It's like...
sort of going towards and being, I wouldn't say quite aggressive, but maybe assertive in his opinions.
Unlike this lot who are talking about Israel being a terrorist state and an illegitimate state and go back to 1948 borders. Well, if you want to do that, Jordan's an illegitimate state. So's Syria, so's Lebanon.
Yeah.
They're all illegitimate because they were under the French and the British mandates. So the whole of Palestine is an illegitimate state in relation to that statement. And it wasn't actually named Palestine, it was an area. An area called the Palestine.
The Palestine?
Yeah.
It's had many names, hasn't it?
It has. It's changed hands many times. What it's never had is a country called Palestine.
Yep.
Ever. It's never had a minister, prime minister of Palestine. It's never had a king of Palestine, a queen of Palestine, a president of Palestine.
Got a ruler, Hamas.
It has a democratically elected government from 2006, and then they democratically absolved themselves from having any more elections.
Free the people, free the land.
And Fatah in the West Bank also refuses to have any elections since the same time period because they know that Hamas would get in.
Why is stomping? Gone on it.
Oh, I couldn't even see him.
Can't see him, it's bright green.
Yeah, I couldn't see him. It's like, where the fuck is he? Hey, if anyone can see Marty in the distance. That's an interesting one. Money for war, never the poor. The interesting one is the amount of billions that Hamas have had, and they have made sure the people have stayed poor. They haven't handed that through to actually build infrastructure and to produce industries and make food and etc. What they've actually done is use that to buy weapons, buy rockets, buy military ammunition stuff, and build tunnels from which they tunneled it in. These tunnels are about the size of the London Underground in terms of diameter. They can actually drive tanks through it, or things the size of tanks and big lorries, and that's what they spent all this money on, instead of spending it on building up Gaza and making it a much better place. But they only had to build it up and make it a much better place because they ripped it down. They ripped everything down in 2005 when Israel left, and they started building underground tunnels. And those underground tunnels is where they're hiding all the hostages and where they do not allow the citizens to go into, so that the citizens become the target on the top, while Israel knows exactly where some of the terrorists are, which means they're hiding. They're hiding underneath the citizens. They do chant some rather nasty genocidal stuff, which is what they've always done. And the police don't understand that it's genocidal and it's terrorist based. But we capture it, we put it up, we make it clear. And just as the Daily Telegraph article has made out, there is a criminal case against the guy who was shouting "God bless Hamas." And the police put out a pretty weak, nasty, shitty statement saying that they're really good at policing these things. But they're not really. They don't really know what they're doing. They don't understand what it is that these people are saying, which is all about genocide and ethnic cleansing. Have you been involved in the guy who was shouting "God bless Hamas"?
I wasn't here last week, was I?
I know you weren't.
I've not been here for a month.
I know, we missed you.
I've had a glorious month off. Yeah.
Yeah?
Where I could lay in bed every Saturday.
And watch it on YouTube when we put it on.
Not watch anything.
So were you aware of the guy shouting "God bless Hamas" at the library?
I was made aware this week. Yeah, I was made aware this week.
What's your view on that?
I'm not saying. Suffice to say, it's under investigation, as you're well aware.
Yeah, the Daily Telegraph told us.
Oh.
Apparently I'm one of News Now Yorkshire's film crew.
Right, okay. Okay.
He gets all of the stuff. He gets all the glory. I want payment from him. I want to be an employee.
So you don't get a mention?
I didn't get a mention, no. No, not at all. And we have Marty Blackburn and Street Hawk down here. So we've got a few cars backed up there as well. There's a few problems with the steering of the fake car with the fake bullets and the fake shrapnel. But it made it without killing anyone, which is quite impressive. I want to see them push it back up that hill, but I guess they'll bring the van over and dismantle it here, my guess. And maybe Teledyne will tell them, no, you're not doing that here. This is private area. You can get stuffed. You can go over there and do it. Over in public area. But I got a feeling this is classified as a prohibited area, you see. So I don't know whether the police and Teledyne could tell them, no, you're pulling it all the way up the hill. You can pull it all the way up the hill and take it all the way back. We're not having you dismantling it here. You can dismantle it at Crowgill Park after you've taken it all the way up. You got a bit of a walk back. And we've caught up with the Marty Blackburn and the Street Hawk and the News Now Yorkshire.
Yeah, it went after on the film. The copper came and tried to tell me off, and I said to him, listen, I don't care. I'll take the arrest then.
We're heading towards Teledyne here, and they do not want filming, so I'm actually going to just turn my camera this way. I'm not filming it.
You not want filming, it doesn't mean they can't be filmed. That piece of legislation is in place, right, to protect key pieces of national infrastructure. And you can only breach that legislation if your actions are detrimental to the infrastructure and well-being of the United Kingdom. Pointing a camera at their place, which is still visible on Google Maps, not even got it blurred out on Google Maps yet, is not darn detrimental to the UK, not even close in one tiny bit. It's really important, yeah, because people and companies, if they can just go and apply for one of these jobs, this is a special place, and you can't take a blanket ban on there. What Mighty B says to that is testicles. Right?
Two testicles. Two testicles.
Swinging dangly testicles.
Swinging dangly testicles. He wants some nut cracking. Nut cracking time. So we got a nice big police van here. We got some more Hamas supporters. We've got a PLO here with the Hamas.
What? PLO? Oh, yeah, good.
And we got security. We got some really, I'm not pointing my camera at it, but we got some brilliant, what looks like brilliant camera stuff back there, which I really like. And this is a prohibited place. Let me just read what it says here, right? This is a prohibited place within the meaning of the National Security Act 2023. Unauthorized entry, taking of photographs, videos or other recordings in person or remotely, or any actions in this vicinity prejudicial to site security may lead to arrest and prosecution.
Excuse me, can we ask you?
Is there an injunction here? Don't ask him.
Don't ask him.
Don't ask him. We don't know who he is.
I don't know who this is.
So you're not allowed to speak to me? No, he says, not allowed, not
I'm
allowed.
trying to find out who you're filming for.
On behalf of myself,
Okay.
via YouTube.
Right, so you'll put this on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will the context of it be, just out of interest?
The context will be that you're doing a political rally with a desire for certain things, and there are other opinions that are around in the world, and I will put those along to give it a bit of a both sides.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
You can.
From the river to the sea,
Yeah.
what does that mean to you? What does it
What
mean?
it means to me is that from the river to the sea, Arabs, Palestinians, Jewish people should be able to live in freedom in that whole territory,
All together.
as together as they want to be.
Under what sort of?
I don't.
What sort of nation would there be, or what sort
It's
of
all
government?
sorts of it's not for me to say. I'm neither Palestinian nor
I'm just
Israeli.
wondering.
But what I would like to see would be something. I'd love a one state. I think more realistic is probably a federated state, federation of two states under one, not autonomous, but together, with equal rights. That's what I want. Equal rights for Israelis and Palestinians.
Do you think that
From the river to the sea.
Do you think that the Israeli state is a democracy? No.
How can it be a democracy when it is occupying another country? How can
What country is it occupying?
It's occupying Palestine.
When was
The
Palestine ever a country? Ever?
Palestine has been a country as long as it's been a country in the understanding of a country. Countries
What does that
were
mean?
invented
Sorry.
in 1850. Palestine has been recognised for 3,000 years. Palestine was a part of the Ottoman
It hasn't.
Empire.
It hasn't.
Palestine was a recognised
Palestine-
part of the Ottoman Empire.
Palestine was a province, but it was never named Palestine in the Ottoman Empire.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
They were
It was.
Palestinians. They were called Palestinians.
No, they weren't. That was the Roman Empire, where the Romans in 132 CE renamed the area to Palestina, Syria, in order to annoy the Jews that they'd exiled. To get rid of them,
Okay.
and it was a
You can go on
province. It was a
talking, but I'm
province
going
in
to go on
Rome.
disagreeing with
It was
you.
a province under the
My
Romans.
understanding, I disagree with you because
Okay.
under the Ottoman Empire,
There
the
is-
Palestinians were absolutely respected.
No, the Arabs were there, absolutely.
You
but
keep
that
calling
area.
them the Arabs. They were Palestinians.
That's the first time I've used the word Arabs.
That's-
Actually, it's the
well,
first
okay,
time.
it's the
First time.
Okay, I've not been counting.
I've not mentioned
I can
it.
believe you.
I didn't mention it
Okay.
purposefully.
Right. Yeah.
But Palestine has never been a nation. It's never had a government. It's never had a. It's never had a king or a
irrelevant
queen
because
or a
they were
state.
under an empire. Have you studied imperial history? Ghana had never had somewhere until 1960.
Okay,
Kenya
so the
had never
imperial
had a-
history is
Yeah.
colonization
Exactly.
by the Muslims in around about 700 AD. They colonized it. They brought all the Arabs with them. It then
They
was
didn't
taken.
bring all the Arabs.
They did.
They absolutely
They did.
didn't.
They did.
They recognised the existing
Where do you think the Arabs were from?
The Arabs were living in Palestine, farming in
No.
Palestine. I'm sorry, I
No,
can
they
see
weren't.
you reading
The
something
Arabs were from
completely
Arabia.
different from me.
Arabia.
Monday, have you been reading that bloody fact book again?
No, well, you know, I have these comic books that I have next to the toilet,
Right.
and I go to the toilet a lot.
It's all that spicy food, mate.
Exactly. But I mean, at least she spoke. There was an attempt by some idiot. There was an attempt by an idiot that I am not allowed to be spoken to, and she spoke, which was great. I'm going to give her absolute kudos. She did brilliantly. She gave her point of view. I gave my point of view. She disagrees with my point of view. I disagree with her point of view. That's fantastic. That's what should happen in this society. It's exactly what should happen. I think Marty's bored. He's throwing his bottle in the air, and I'm waiting for him to actually drop it, and all of the water goes everywhere.
They're dressed like bloody paramilitary.
They are. They are. I thought it was a copper at first with a gun. But no, he's.
Listen, as I came down that road, I considered it as well, and I thought, so I looked down this line here and I see them there, and I thought, no, he's not an armed fucking guard inside there, no way. And I got
It looked like it. It looked like it.
It's obviously just offices as well, though, isn't it? It's not.
Have you seen?
The manufacturing site, is it?
Have you seen the massive camera setup that's just there?
No.
With the yellow. Just go have a look through the gate. There's right next to the vehicle.
Oh yeah, it's a robotic security guard. So they can be, you see them a lot on building sites and stuff like that. If you go near it, it goes like beep beep. You are being watched on live CCTV. Please leave the area.
And you can get one of these for £53.75 from AliExpress. And it will come with free postage, not Palestine, postage.
It's called the Armadillo.
Is it the Armadillo?
Armadillo, that's the name of the unit, they call it the Armadillo.
So if you want to get it from AliExpress really cheap, search Ali
Google
for Armadillo Security.
Atrocities that I cannot even.
So they've taken over the car park at the Wolseley and the Howdens.
In front of the children that are here today. Just this week at Manoltra, people in prison,
And they've been indoctrinated with complete rubbish stuff, because none of them have got any
at the
facts.
age of 13. 13, I want you to
But
think about that.
that's a general thing that happens all the way
He was tortured and
through life and through different populations. If there is a particularly leftist agenda to be pushed forward, there will be lots of money put into it to make sure that that agenda is pushed forward. And it's these people that will push that agenda forward. And they will in particular try to stop the people from speaking to those who might have a different point of view. At least that lady did not pull away. She had the fortitude to stand there and to discuss with me the issues. But this is now exceptionally bland and boring. They're down at the bottom end of a business park which isn't even open. They are no longer causing any trouble for anybody on the streets. And as far as I can tell, it's over. A spy trap.
Side track.
Oh, a side track. And
It
it's
looked
a
like it,
public footpath.
Public footpath. That's quite.
However, this area is subject to a High Court injunction which places restrictions on some protest activities. I'm not protesting.
No.
You must not enter this site. I'm not going in.
Absolutely. Up here we've got the sign here, guys.
Public footpath.
Then we've got the prohibited place sign as well. It's the prohibited place within the meaning of the national security. Blah blah blah. We've already covered this on the video. We've got another armadillo just here.
Yeah. So if you want to buy an armadillo, AliExpress, 57 quid.
I started seeing them like during COVID, mate. They started popping up all over when I guess they didn't have like 2 security guards working on the same area, so they had one guy and a load of armadillos.
Did they have somebody pulling it on a pulling the armadillo?
I've never actually seen them being set up. I've just seen them already in situ.
So I'm guessing that maybe this might be the way that the little oiks.
On the drone, let me have a look. I ain't actually got my drone on me, but it'd be good to know.
This.
No, it's not. It's not even restricted from drone flying. How the hell is it a prohibited place, man? It's absolute tosh.
Well, as you said earlier.
Look where we are.
As you said earlier, it's still on Google Maps,
Yeah.
and you can get a view of it. So putting a drone over is probably.
It's legit. Putting a drone over is legit. Like I said, we've already covered this, but it's only illegal if there is obviously negative intentions which are detrimental to the national security of the United Kingdom. That's the legislation. That's what its purpose is.
So what might be detrimental to the national security for Teledyne is that they've got a public footpath here going along the bloody river. Because this would be, if I was going to try to get in, I'd come down that little walkway with some, oh no I wouldn't, I'd come along the bloody. I'd come along this walkway here, the public pathway. All I would do is just come along here. I'd put up some bloody.
This is all hearsay, by the way.
So this is just me making it up. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this. It's a pub. It's like, okay. It's like, what the fuck?
More bloody secure and stuff than this place. And it's
There
only
is
an
no
office as
way.
well, isn't it? It's not actually a weapons manufacturing site. It's just a bloody office.
Is it?
Yeah, they don't
I haven't got a clue.
They don't actually manufacture anything here.
Oh, it'd be cool if they did. Might give some jobs to the people from Shipley.
I've been to a few of the weapons manufacturing locations, such as BAE's bullet sites. I've been to one that did missiles as well. That was secure. That was secure, mate. Yeah.
All around its surrounding area as well.
3 or 4 gates to go through and whatnot. And we got right up to the fence line, obviously, but there were one where we got into the car park as well, which would have been unexpected. But yeah, we did get through. Good video, that. I mean, secure my backside. There's literally no. I can't even see any cameras on here, Monday, from them.
Yeah.
Not one. Fire slips go through this.
I'm wondering whether they really don't give a shit about it.
No, they're just using it as a method to, one, mainly try and deter people, and obviously two, trying to swing the bollocks a little bit.
Well, I'm wondering if these are just offices, and there's nothing in there, then it's a great place to have all this crap turn up instead of at the places where they're making stuff which would be really dangerous for people to go into. And apparently there's 24-hour CCTV in operation at this place. Where?
You can climb that tree and jump over the damn fence, man. You can actually climb that tree and jump
You can. You can climb the tree and get in.
Guys, right, so it's just a secure location, right? The tree literally goes about secure my backside. Absolute what ridiculousness.
It's interesting. It is interesting. There is nothing secure about that place. They make it look like it might be secure.
That defence is as cheap as made of.
But
no. It's not even, you know.
Now, I'm not saying me and Marty were bored with all of this at all, but wandering around and having a laugh and pretending to be Russian spies is much more interesting.
Let it sound pretending.
Ah, Marty. Now he's pretending again.
I'm not pretending.
I just upset somebody. Do you remember when Michael and me went to Huddersfield and that horrible woman said, she's there and she didn't remember, and I said, oh, you're that horrible woman that brings you a national front. And she went mental, says it's on video. She's gone, I never said that, but you did. Oh, you're bullying me. I said,
Are you going to make them take their little prop back with them all the way up that hill to Crowgill Lane? God, please make them do it. That's a big uphill they'd have to push it up.
They're not going to fucking leave it, are they?
They'll dismantle it here. Somebody else will go and get the van and they'll use this place to actually dismantle. I think you should say, no, prohibited. He's not reacting whatsoever. He's not going to do it. West Yorkshire Police. We're recruiting. Make a difference. Join the police. www.westyorkshire.police.uk/join us. However, there is a however. If you are as pasty coloured as Pat over here, don't bother applying. Don't bother applying, because they've said it's only open to people who are not pasty coloured.
Yeah. There's a temporary ban in place to lift the number of the ethnic minorities serving within the force.
DEI is here, so they can apply early, and they're going to get lots of help, and they're going to get lots of little nudges and little elbows in the side going, yeah, don't worry about it, you're in. And that'll be before they've even applied. Whereas, if you're pasty, you might get half an hour to apply. You might get given half an hour.
Every continent. One was even in Antarctica. Students have stood strong in the face of it. And now we are saying here, we cannot allow more students face death in Gaza because they are still struggling and protesting even now.
Welfare, not warfare. Hey, you start a war but can't finish it.
We have the privilege of being able to do all that.
You've got a problem.
Teachers should be allowed to teach.
It was you I had a chat with earlier, wasn't it?
The future.
Thank you very much. I really appreciated that. You've got your
to their students.
free right to speech and opinion. I have as well. You can debate it. We can disagree with each other all we like.
Think each other are deeply wrong.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Were you on the pop last night?
I've got the new Hawks gun just being delivered while I'm out. It's his version of the dark fruits.
How much was that?
I got like a gift packet with like 35 quid, 6 pints of the normal, 6 pints of the dark fruits, and then like a Hawkstone glass. I only get the £50 box now, the 24 bottles, but.
So this is Jeremy Corbyn's new drink.
Jeremy Clarkson
Hawks.
is bell end. Jeremy Corbyn, I don't think he's fucking. You know what I mean? Silly cunt.
Look at his face. He's like, what? What are you saying? What are you saying? How dare you? The end. This is the end. Yeah. So you got the rainbow flag. LGBTQIAHDTV4K. The rainbow flag along with Palestine. Yeah, that really works, doesn't it? You try that. You just try it. You try being trans in Palestine, in the Gaza, in the West Bank. You try being gay in Gaza or the West Bank. Just try it, lady. Just try it. We'll see how long you last.
You must think about your red lines. If your red line isn't the ethnic cleansing of an entire population, if it isn't daily war crimes, if it isn't providing cover for an 80-year-long occupation, and if it isn't the killing every single day of one Palestinian child an hour, and maiming hundreds of others, and leaving hundreds of others orphaned and homeless, then what is your red line? We must fight for real anti-capitalist, anti-racist political representation, and that means no more settling for the least worst option, whether the choice is Dixon v Davis, like here in Shipley, or Labour v Reform next time around. It means joining up the dots between every class struggle, like Palestine, the anti-austerity and climate change movements, to name but a few. We must recognise that nobody is coming to save us, that real change will come from the grassroots, that our power is here, on our streets, and that the planet deserves better. All people here in the UK deserve better, and the people of Palestine and every oppressed and occupied person the world over deserves better. That our fight for justice and equality will be won without democratic structures, rather than within it. And I'm just going to finish with a quote, and I said this on Thursday night at the brilliant event that Safi here organised and leads, which is amazing. Big up Safi. So sorry to those
Equality, mate. You ain't going to get that in the West Bank or Gaza.
As much as
There ain't no such thing as equality in those non-democratic, patriarchal, 7th century societies.
Real advocacy disrupts. It risks something. Because speaking truth in a world built on...
Susan Price from Wakefield will collect them. Oh, she's waving at the back.
So if you're wearing a blue tabard with press on it, or one of those blue hats with press on it, what? That? Yeah, they're not yours. They're not yours. You need to take them and put them at the front so that they can be collected by somebody else and handed out to tomorrow's protest. This is the organisation that this lot do. I don't know who they're paid by in terms of the organisation, but the organisation is massive. There are lots and lots of contributions to these lefty organisations, these dangerous lefty organisations, because they support the most extreme far-right societies and structures and cultures that you can get, despite it being within a globalist framework.
Would really be appreciated for those court appearances.
The globalist framework of Islam and the far-right structures of religion. It's a fascinating melding of the two.
So it's really important that
but if you can get past the bouncing in your brain of supporting far-right cultures with their far-left globalist agenda of colonialism, then I guess you would come along to one of these types of rallies. Because nothing in your brain actually makes sense. You have no principles, you've got no rationality in terms of how you're looking at it. You're just working on the basis of emotion of, oh, some people have died. You're just saying that the colonialism of the past and the fact that these people take on the colonialist idea of being an Arab, as opposed to their own original identity of possibly being a Canaanite stroke Jew, the people known as the Phoenicians by the Greeks. And of course, anybody that is a Phoenician, anyone that's a Phoenician, is a bit like saying, oh, here comes the plumbers. The Phoenicians were the dye makers. And everybody used to run to go to them. Here come the Phoenicians, here come the dye makers, because they wanted the colour blue. The colour blue was what the Phoenicians were actually called. They were the dye makers who produced this amazing colour blue that everybody wanted. And it's the same colour that is on the Israeli flag, that colour blue. And that's who the Phoenicians were. They were the tradesmen who produced the colour blue, which is the translation of Phoenicians. They never called themselves Phoenicians, they called themselves Canaanites, or Jews, or Israelis, or Judeans, or whichever tribe it was out of the 12 tribes, if you believe that stuff from the Old Testament, of which Abraham and Isaac and his mob won the one side, and Ishmael went off and did the other side, of which there's no information about Ishmael and what happened until you get to Muhammad and the Quran. The Arabians were in Arabia, they were Arabs. The Canaanites were Semites. The Jews were Semites from Judea, Samaria. And the people who are there now are nothing to do with the Philistines, they're nothing to do with Phoenicians, they're nothing to do with Canaanites. They are colonialists that actually went in and took over that land. And the British, as the ones with the right to determine that land after the Second World War and the end of the Ottoman Empire, after the First World War and the end of the Ottoman Empire, they determined how to split it up. So if you're now saying that Israel is an illegitimate state, then you're also saying Jordan is an illegitimate state. You're saying Lebanon is an illegitimate state. You're saying Syria is an illegitimate state. You're saying Gaza and the West Bank are illegitimate. The whole lot is illegitimate if you claim Israel is illegitimate. And none of this lot understand any of that.